And hi, my name is Jorge George, and I'm going to explain the project or the the project that I search, the project that I choose to represent in this video, and I want to share it with you, with all of you. That it's you can read it's Green Corridors in the city of Medellin in Colombia. I put this like little title of how nature meets development in Medellin. So I will start talking about why I like it so much. Because it passed from this. It was it has a little bit of trees, a little bit of green, but it all was also uh, everything concrete, everything green. Yeah, in the street you can see a little bit of hatch, a little bit of paint of colors, but it is still concrete. It is still a, uh, a hard path, a hard way to live in the city. We pass from this to this, and you can see a big difference. This is actually two photos taken from the government of Medellin, in which they compare how their strategies are working. Because if you can see, there are less less cars in the street, a little bit less, a little bit more, but you can see more people in the streets, and that's a lot of influence of this of this strategy. So, quick recap of what I'm been studying this semester. If in three, I will be separating in 3 points, in three different points. So, number one is creation of green spaces. So, the main idea of this project was creating new spaces for the people. In the 20th centuries, 20, 50, 60, even in the early 20th centuries, we see how architecture, how urbanists create more spaces for cars or for vehicles, for buses, like public stations, subway, and everything about that. But they don't create more spaces for people, like parks, like all that stuff. And we see how that affect people. We're seeing right now how that affect in the common life, because right now we have heat problems not only in Colombia but also all around the world, and this is something that is completely changing by these uh, initiatives that are taking. So that's point number one. Point number two is the improvement of sustainable mobility. What is the meaning of this? Sustainable mobility refers more like bikes or electric cars nowadays, because you can see, as I was talking about, some of the things that are common in these things was in previous years of like 2018 maybe, uh, when these movements start of green movements start to get more stronger and stronger. Uh, as I said, architecture and urbanism is only designed for gas vehicles, and it is also really relationship with that point number three, but it's climate change and human cooling. Specific in the Medellin city, they have a heat problem because uh, all this heat was created by a problem that is they called like heat island or uh, hotspots. There was some specific place in the city where you can actually feel more heat than in the rest of the city. For giving a quick example, uh, the temperature in the city of Medellin was, I don't know, 25 degrees. But in some specific places, nearby to some railways. You can feel, or the cooling that you feel in your body was not 25, not 26, not 27, also like a feeling of 30 degrees. And that was a really big problem. And that was a thesis, that was something this kind of projects looks to uh, take by actions to contribute to the city and to change this kind of stuff. And that's something of why I like this so much. It cools the city. I'm sorry. It cools the city. It takes the temperature to get down. But you can see this beautiful photo of the city of Medellin that was, it was so green right now, and they want to continue with that. You can see, I don't know if you can see the pointer. This is a main highway, but nearby there is a river. They are planning to do something with the river, and uh, that contributes to the way these kind of actions makes the difference. Uh, Something new and something I was searching about was development goals, and I found like these three that are strongly related to this project. The number one was point 11, the sustainable cities and communities and sustainable development. You can see how nature meets the future by doing these green spaces, new green spaces. Number two is point 13, the climate action. Well, obviously, you by making green spaces, you make um, new areas when you can be there, not not only existing but living, and that is relatively good. The point number three, it is good health and well-being. Uh, the sedentary life caused by this concrete, all this concrete in the street, all this concrete in the city, uh, is related to some heart problems, some different illness in your body that making you sick, that makes you sick, makes you feel bad, makes you feel uncomfortable, uh, and maybe you don't know why, but it's because you don't have a good environment, you don't have a you don't have good spaces, you don't have clean areas from the pollution, all the stuff, and by doing these green corridors, there are not also going to city of or making something good looking. They're also doing something for the people, something for uh, all of you that want to live in Medellin, that want to live and experience Medellin in a different way from the normal, like normal places of culture of sports that you currently visit. But when you are from traveling to Medellin, but also you're looking for this kind of stuff, this kind of well-being, when well-staffed areas where you feel comfortable. Well, as you can see in this photo, this bird photo, how nature is start to adapt to the new areas, to the new century, and to a future when you can find nature in all the streets. And well, these are like the last thing. The future is green. Thank you so much.